artificial snow is primo, Berto.
With the America's Extreme Challenge coming up, you need all the training you can get, hermano. And if you think the downhill is intense, wait till you get a load of the cliff rappel.
Snowboarding in the middle of July. So cool and yet so warm. Whoa!
Hey! You said you wanted it challenging and full of surprises.
Speaking of surprises, I'm loving how you tweak the torque on this baby.
Just don't get a speeding ticket.
They'd have to catch me first.
Cat, it's not safe to...
Relax. The cops cordoned off a section of the highway for me to train on.
Where exactly are you, Cat?
Look up.
Real funny.
Could you check the rear tire? It feels a little low.
Feels a little low.
Dude, check it out! It's an orca whale! Awesome! Hey! It's coming this way. Awesome!
Problem on the beach. Possible shark attack.
I'm on my way. Me too. Cyber mode.
Grab the line!
Got it!
What you gonna do now? I had to ask.
Diagnostics indicate that somebody's been messing with this orca's genetic makeup. This is no ordinary mammal. Next time he surfaces, jump clear. radical behavior for an orca.
I asked you two to lay back. That thing could have made you its lunch.
Here comes the lecture.
Actually, I was gonna say, nice going. You guys have gotten pretty good at this secret agenting saving humanity thing. Guess hanging out with me has rubbed off.
Oh, yes, Mr. Miyagi. There is much we have learned from your wise teachings.
What I'm trying to say is, your skills have really grown. And that's good, because if you step it up more, that could free up more of my time to train.
About time you realize that. We may not be powered by transphasic energy, but we can hold our own.
From now on, whether we're fighting bad guys or competing, we're Team Steel.
Speaking of which, we've got a competition to get to.
Been thinking about that orca incident, Berto. I got a nagging feeling that our old friend Bio.Con has something to do with it.
The n-tek has him under wraps, hermano. Locked him up and threw away the key.
I know, but when you're dealing with a snake, anything's possible.
I don't know who or what was behind that orca attack, but you can rest assured, Bio.Con is still on ice.
Yeah, would you double check that, Dad?
Will do. Open the cell. Stand up, prisoner. Stand up. Lock down the complex. He may still be here.
I expect you to complete it. Yes. Mammals can be so unreliable. No matter. Yes. I sense it too. An intruder.
And this is Brenda Vaccaro reporting from Brasilia, Brazil.
Behind me is the arena that will be host to the opening and closing events of the America's Extreme Challenge.
And beside me is Josh McGrath, whose top-ranked Team Steel has drawn major media attention and corporate sponsorship to the event. Anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Well, I understand that this event will raise money for the Endangered Species Reserve, which is a worthy cause, and we're glad to be on board.
As you know, you'll be competing in a grueling series of events lasting 3 days
And taking you through several countries. Your thoughts?
Bring it on.
Bring it on indeed. I think fans will be echoing that sentiment. Thank you, Team Steel.
Mr. McGrath? Hi, Julia Rodriguez, Director of the Endangered Species Reserve. I just want to thank you and Team Steel for participating, Mr. McGrath. I wish more athletes
You know what I wish?
What's that?
That you would call me Josh.
Josh it is. Perhaps if you've got some time, I could give you a tour of the reserve. It's really quite beautiful.
Yes, it is. I mean, I'd love to.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, the guy's in training. He should not be sightseeing.
Enjoy your nap, psycho. Where am I? Inside a fortress once belonging to an Incan king. The effects of the laser blast. I have to say, I enjoyed your little stunt with the orca. Those Team Steel members can be quite vexing. I will find them and crush them. I wouldn't waste my time. Cat and Berto are little more than annoyances, mere humans. Yet you do raise a valid point. They mustn't be allowed to complicate my efforts. To get to Max Steel in time. In time for what? though a modest plan to rule the world. In fact, it is your work, Bio.con, that provided me with the inspiration. That's the reason I've decided to allow you to work for me. I work for nobody! Rather lifelike, is it not? But merely an android. You work for me now. Any objections? Good. Then let's get down to business. Our first task will be get Max Steel.
Good to be able to work on some tricks before the competition.
Yeah, just don't leave it all in the training field, hermano. The America's Extreme Challenge starts this afternoon.
Plenty more where that came from, bro. Shadow, bro.
Go into max mode.
Gotta find cover. Julia?
Hi. I knew you were training. Didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, right, thanks.
So, you ready for that tour of the wildlife reserve?
Sure, absolutely. As soon as I shower.
Good idea.
Real smooth, Josh.
You know, people don't realize how many animals worldwide are endangered. I mean, everything from species of frogs, bats, birds, and fish to jaguars and tigers. Here at the reserve, we offer protection to as many species as we can. Or try to.
What do you mean?
Criminal poachers. We've had several incidents in recent months. They sneak into the reserve to hunt endangered animals. Look, that tropical bird family is our most recent addition. Hey, come on. I want to show you something. There's this beautiful hot springs back behind that clearing. Not too many people know about it.
Hate to break up your little sightseeing tour, hermano, but the kickoff event starts in less than an hour.
I'm gonna have to take a rain check, Julia.
The first challenge for our racers will be Shoot the Tunnel. Part of a city irrigation project, the unfinished tunnel was chosen by race organizers as the perfect venue for fast-paced motocross excitement.
Enjoy your flight, hermano.
You know it, bro. Berto, we have a problem.
Don't worry, I added some enhancements to your suit.
Nice going, Berto. I could really get used to it.
Whatever you do, don't hurt it, Max.
Jaguars are an endangered species.
Me hurt it? It's over. Go. Good enough for Tarzan. Always works in the movies. Easy, kitty.
It's lost quite a bit of blood, but no broken bones. It's gonna be okay. I've been running a few diagnostics. You won't be surprised to learn this is no garden variety jaguar. It's been genetically altered like the orca. High IQ, beefed up physical skills.
Yeah, and I've got the scars to prove it.
Jefferson here. Sorry I couldn't contact you earlier, but we had a Code 3 lockdown. Looks like you were right. Biocon is free.
Yeah, not your fault, Cat. You're just a product of a nasty upbringing.
Hey! Oh, thought you were, never mind.
The Jaguar was unsuccessful in defeating Max Steel, as planned. And I made it appear to have fallen victim to a poacher's trap. Steel took it back to his headquarters, again, as we suspected he would.
Excellent, Biocon. Your hideous appearance belies a superior intellect.
You forget I was once a highly respected scientist. Bioexperimentation is my specialty.
Yeah. Now, we need to figure out a way to...
Keen entry? I've already come up with the perfect solution.
Nice catch. Don't suppose you could throw it back.
A boy and his man-eating jungle cat. Aw, how touching.
This cat is brilliant and very well-mannered. Unlike another cat I know.
Well, if it were that brilliant, it might have told you that we've got less than 3 hours to get to Argentina if we're gonna make the next event.
Argentina? Well, we shall be waiting.
It's a beautiful cold night here on the world-renowned slopes of Mendoza, Argentina, where the competitors are getting into position for the midnight downhill.
Looking good, hermano.
Watch and learn, Cat.
She's crashed out. She needs to be fresh. She's slated for DM Extreme at dawn.
Any leads on Biocon's whereabouts?
Negative, sir.
Keep trying. Turn over every rock. I want that snake back in custody.
Got company, bro. Not the kind you ask over for dinner. What's your read, Beardo? How many of these things are there? Beardo? Beardo? Didn't doze off, bro. Max probes are running low. Yeah, and I'm gonna need a patch job. Beardo?
Beardo, come in. Cat?
Really weak, bro. I need tea juice. Beardo. Cat. Need tea juice. Gotta do it myself. Just need to... Max probe's fully charged. Beardo and Cat gone? Where? n-tek, come in. n-tek? Anyone? Jefferson! Dad!
Son.
Oh, Dad. Who did this?
Scorpions. Never saw it coming.
Beardo and Cat are gone. n-tek attacked. Dad, what is going on?
I don't know, son. But no Beardo and Cat to rely on. No support from n-tek. This time, you've got to...
I know, Dad. I'm on my own.
Please, be careful. Maybe the most dangerous mission Max Steel has ever...
Save your strength, Dad. I'm on it. Whatever's out there, whatever it takes. champions. Modified Jaguar. The Orca attack. I'll spell out Bio.con. But those robots on the slopes. Psycho? Bio.con and Psycho. They're working together.
Bravo, Mr. Steele. Your Max has brains to go with all that brawn, but too little, too late.
That's what you think! Max is gonna hunt you down if it's the last thing he does!
Yes, well, it may very well be.
Okay. If those creeps knew how to take n-tek out, and how to get to Berto and Cat, something must be tipping them off. Okay, hold still. You're gonna be glad to get rid of this.
So, our Mr. Steele has discovered the transmitter. No matter, it has served its purpose well.
Transmitter is a two-way street. I get a read on its frequency, trace it, locate the source of the transmission. I've seen Berto do this a million times. Triangulation. Come on. Ah, auto-destruct. But he was too late. We got a general longitude and latitude. Peru. Unless... No. If Jefferson is still alive, Berto and Cat are too.
Josh?
Julia.
Thought if you had some time, I could show you that hot springs.
I'd love to, but I can't. We were just...
What are you doing with...
It's a jaguar.
I know, it's a jaguar. That's an endangered species. You can't just...
I know, it had an injured leg. Matter of fact, I'm off to the vet. Got some tests to run. Come on, Psycho. Where are you? The area's just too large. His lair could be anywhere out there. Been there. Ah, dead end. Bingo! I don't blame you for not wanting to go back. Wait here. I'll be back. kind of ancient fortress. Which means it's probably got... booby traps.
Any mere human would have been killed by all those scorpion stings, Mr. Steele. But then, you are so much more than human, aren't you? I wish I could say the same for your friends.
They're alive.
For the moment.
What are you after, Psycho?
Some of that wonderful transphasic energy of yours, which is even now being drained into an n-tek power cell. Yes, we paid them a little visit last night. Of course, you could probably break free of your bonds by... what is that phrase you use? Going turbo. But you might think twice about that. It will only drain more of your power into the energy cell.
So you siphon my T-cells? Just to destroy me?
Don't flatter yourself. What I have in mind is far bolder. A new beginning for planet Earth. You're interested in endangered species, are you not? The truth is, Mr. Steele, mankind itself is an endangered species. Toxicity, war, disease, famine. The human race is simply not hardy enough for this millennium. Don't you see, Max? It is you, I, Bio.con, the altered, the mutated, the enhanced. It is we alone who have the capacity to endure, to thrive. As you have gathered, Bio.con and I have already joined forces. In fact, it was he who inspired me, he and his modified, mutated creatures. But Bio.con thinks small. He did not see that his altered creatures were merely the first step. Experiments, prototypes, guinea pigs. It is humans who truly need to be modified. With your transphasic energy to power it, this device shall allow me to mutate all of mankind. A race of altered humans that I, Psycho, shall rule. We shall rule. Relax, my reptilian friend. I'm willing to share.
Good. I would hate to think otherwise. Yes, my pets. I know you're hungry.
Forget about them. They and all mortals are doomed anyway. But you can join us, Max. For you two are one of the chosen. Just imagine it. Together, we shall form a glorious ruling class.
Well, even if I was interested, that mutation device of yours will never work.
Oh?
It's impossible to bathe the entire human race with a ray.
Really? Don't the sun's rays bathe the entire human race every single day? I'm afraid I am going to need some of that turbo energy of yours, Mr. Steele. Perhaps this will induce you.
Think again, Psycho. I'm not going turbo.
Maybe it's you who should think again. Bio.Con!
Wing turbo!
Yes!
Max, the drone!
Max!
Smoke grenade.
It's a diversion.
Let's move.
Max!
I'm fine.
Your max probes are dangerously low.
Never mind that. Keep moving. We're almost there. Out of here! Now!
Max, your T-juice level is too low. You'll never...
Move!
Max!
He needs T-juice. Fast.
The plane. Take them to it. Yeah. Clock is ticking. We gotta locate Psycho before he activates that mutation ray. What's a 411, bro?
Jefferson just uploaded an imprint of Psycho's heat signatures from the n-tek databank.
Looks like we got something.
Yeah, but difficult to pinpoint due to topographical anomalies. I mean, we're talking about a vast area of 500 miles, encompassing most of Ecuador.
That's it.
That's what?
Psycho said something about how the rays of the sun shine on the entire human race.
Am I missing something here?
The press kit for the Americas Challenge mentioned a newly discovered ruin in Ecuador known as the Temple of the Sun.
Yeah, I read that too. Ancient Incan kings believed that it allowed them to extend their power to any place on the planet.
And that's gotta be it. Ground zero.
Let's get him.
Not us. Me.
What are you doing?
I was wrong about having you guys amp up your involvement in this secret agent business. I see that now. Psycho was able to get to you.
Hey, so we screwed up and got captured. That's no reason to...
You didn't screw up. That's the point. I did. I'm the one with the max powers. I was built for this. You guys weren't.
Hey, we're a team, hermano.
Sorry, guys. But bringing you into battle, I put you at risk. I have to go it alone.
Ready. Did not choose this spot by mere accident. With their primitive but effective science, they aligned it perfectly with all 4 points of the compass. And when the sun reaches the horizon, it will bathe the top of the temple, triggering the ray.
A ray based upon my design.
Your contribution is duly noted. Yet I alone had the genius to use Max Steel's transphasic energy to harness the sun's mighty ultraviolet rays, dispersing them across the entire planet, mutating every human who walks the earth. And in this brave new world, I, Psycho, shall rule supreme.
We shall rule.
Yeah. Well, I've been rethinking that. While you've been quite useful in building and transporting the device, I believe that your usefulness has run its course.
This time, Psycho, it's not an android that I'm crushing, is it?
No, I'm not an android, but he is. A pity to lose a good android, but so it goes. Goodbye, Bio.con. As I said, I shall rule supreme.
Not if I can help it. Going turbo!
See how the sun sinks to the horizon any moment now. You're too late!
No! That's a manual override module. If you touch it, it triggers a device.
Where's the off switch?
There is none. Just give me a minute.
We don't have a minute!
Okay. If I can just reroute the power cell relay, then I could... Maybe we can get this thing to... Max, it's gonna blow!
You will not destroy my device!
No, but you will!
We're not gonna make it! The whole pyramid's gonna blow!
Hey!
All right! The pyramid is okay.
More than can be said for Psycho.
Thanks for the assist, guys.
We saved the planet, he calls it an assist.
You may have the max powers, hermano, and you may be the front man, but we got your back.
Like it or not?
Let me think about it.
Hey, you two have a race to get to.
And Team Steel wins the competition!
Congratulations. I want to thank you, all of you. Your efforts have helped raise a lot of money for the Wildlife Reserve.
Hear that? Your home is getting some upgrades. Speaking of which, I'm gonna need to take this cat back to the reserve. Maybe you could come with, show me that hot springs, take a little moonlight dip?
Oh, I'd like to, Josh, but this time it's me who's gonna need to take a rain check.
Oh, don't have your suit with you. We could stop and pick one up.
Ugh, okay, I am officially nauseous.
No, it's just I've got to get up early. I'm flying to a wildlife preservation conference in Lisbon in the morning.
Oh.
But I may be visiting the Del Oro Bay Marine Reserve in a couple of months. If so, I'll be sure and look you up. Thanks again for everything.
Shut down.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about it, hermano. The good news is, the Wildlife Reserve raised a lot of money. This is a good day for endangered species.
You're right, bro. And the better news is, humans have been taken off that list.